stayed in the house for like a week with no food, nothing. All we have is little milk for David.
Yeah.
And then
a whole week with no food.
a whole week with no food.
Just
you can't go out.
Yeah.
Dead bodies everywhere.
Amen. And at that point, the war is now hit Freetown.
No, the war is very close. Yes, coming very close.
Okay.
No, at any time it's going to hit the city. So.
Okay. And so, obviously, eventually we see, eventually it comes into Freetown.
Yeah. And that was the saddest part of my life. Actually, it's a story that I don't like telling. I don't like going back to that.
Yeah.
Because when the war came into Freetown, my son, David, was just a month old.
Wow.
And we are living on the eastern part of Freetown where the rebels came through.
Yeah.
And I can still remember gunshots, explosions in and around the house where we were staying.
How old was you back then? Would you have been, you and your wife?
My wife was like 26 or 25, 26, and I was like 27.
Wow.
27,
young.
Yeah, very young.
And then you've got like just a 1-month-old son.
Son, David.
And this war kicks off.
And it broke all over the city, and I knew people, friends, where I was living that was shot. They were shot. They killed. So now watch this. We stayed in the house for like a week with no food, nothing. All we have is little milk for David.
Yeah.
And then
a whole week with no food.
A whole week with no food. You can't go out.
Yeah.
Dead bodies everywhere. And the people, they're burning houses, they're chopping up limbs, arms, people, and so we trying to just be safe. But then at a point we couldn't stay in the house. We got to leave. So I tell my wife, take whatever you can get for the baby, and then I'll grab some other few things, carry them on me, and let's go out. Immediately we came out from the house. The rebels were just like 20 meters from the house. And they started shouting, "Where?" And me and my wife, we went in disarray. So he went like left, I went at right, and we disappeared from each other. And she was carrying David. And I couldn't see her till the next day.
Oh, my days.
Because everybody was running, they were shooting. So David just ran this way, I ran this way, and like an hour later, I found myself behind some bush somewhere, and I'm trying to trace her, to get her, to know wherever. I only saw her the next day with David in one abandoned house. And then by then, the international forces, like from West Africa, were coming in to keep the peace. And so, and I told Debbie, "Hey, come." And I was tears, and I think I thought that I'm not going to see Debbie and David, and maybe they've shot them, and because there are dead bodies everywhere, littering the streets and every corner. So I was just imagining that maybe she's lying somewhere, and so I was, but the next day I saw her, and I grabbed her and said, "Give me the baby. Let's leave some of this stuff. Let's just take maybe like the mail for David, and let's keep walking."